Well, I've been fortunate to be blessed with this graduating class that I had a number of students that wanted to speak today. That is a principal's dream because that doesn't always happen. So we're going to start today's ceremony with 3 opening remarks by 3 wonderful graduates. I would like to have Jade Moore come to the podium.
Good morning, everyone. I think it's important to take a moment to recognize how proud we as graduates should be of ourselves. Every student who comes to Eagle has arrived here for a reason. Each of us have faced our own challenges and traveled our own path to get to this moment. It takes courage, determination, patience, and hard work to make it this far. I know there were times where many of us felt frustrated, discouraged, and overwhelmed. That's why I think it's so important that we take a moment to acknowledge everything we've overcome and everything we've accomplished. I would also like to thank the families, friends, and teachers and staff who have supported us along the way. Your encouragement, guidance, and belief in us have helped make this day possible. Today is a celebration of our achievements, our growth, and the journey that brought us here. Thank you all for being here to celebrate this special moment with us, and welcome to the Eagle Academy June 2026 graduation ceremony.
Could I have Mr. Mark Sullivan come to the podium?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mark Sullivan. On behalf of the students, faculty, parents, and friends, I'd like to say welcome to the graduation of the June graduating class of 2026 of Eagle Academy. Eagle Academy is many things to different people. Most of us walked many paths that led us here. When we arrived, perhaps we weren't sure how we'd fit in, but what we found was a very welcoming and supporting community of staff and students. It is clear, Eagle Academy was a great place for us to land and a great place from which to take flight. Let the ceremony begin.
Miss Stevie Rydell Kim.
Good morning, everyone. The graduates, their supporters, the staff of Eagle Academy, DCSD administration, and everyone who falls in between. Today is a special day, one that many of us graduates thought would never come. And as Student Council President, I am so proud and honored to start the ceremony off. I, like my fellow classmates, didn't originally plan to be here, but I'm sure glad we did. I'm so glad we ended up as part of the 2026 spring graduating class. The people you will see walking across the stage today have fought through a lot. All of the challenges and our paths are different, but something we all have in common is resilience. At some point in our lives, we had a choice to leave our current school and come to one that a lot of us had never heard of. And in S.E. Hinton's The Outsiders, Ponyboy Curtis says to Cherry Valance, "Can you see the sunset real good on the west side? You can see it on the east side too." Our paths, journeys, challenges, experiences, supports are all different, but we all ended up here with these square hats on our heads we did not get them by luck. We chose to be here because of resilience. We didn't get this handed to us. We fought, we failed, and we rose up, and we succeeded. With trial and error comes change. With change comes growth. And like someone Swedish said, livet är inte att vänta på att stormen ska passera. Det är att lära sig att dansa I regnet. Which translates to, rain can be an unexpected turn of events to an otherwise beautiful day. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass, but learning to dance in the rain. Rain can be an unexpected turn of events to an otherwise beautiful day. We did not let the dark clouds cloud our judgments, let the rain soak up our dreams, or let the puddles block our way. We learned to see the opportunities hidden between the clouds, dance with the water that fell from the beautifully scattered sky, and balance around the reflective puddles that showed us, grown, strong, and resilient. I urge all of my fellow graduates to bring that resilience with you. For when you are stuck in the mud, or in a maze, or in a dark kitchen, or wherever you may find yourself, seemingly no way out,
Let's finish it.
look in the cracks and follow the voice calling your name. No matter how faint it is, there will be someone or something that will help you get unstuck. So it is now my honor to turn this over to Jade to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. But before I do, I want to thank and appreciate everyone who is here and the ones that could not make it. I especially want to thank the staff at Eagle Academy who saw a unique individual in all of us, in all of these graduates, and not just a student walking through the halls. Thank you.
Jade, could you join us up here for the pledge? Jade?
If you would please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome to all of our families, friends, community members, and of course, Eagle alumni. Can I have a shout out? We're all here to celebrate the amazing accomplishments of the graduating class of 2026 from Eagle Academy High School. It's truly a joy to see so many faces here to support our students, each of whom has worked tremendously hard to reach this milestone. Before we begin our celebration, I'd like to take a moment to recognize and introduce the distinguished and honored guests seated on the stage with us this evening. These individuals represent our district and play an essential role in guiding and supporting the work we do every day. Through their dedication and leadership, they help shape the programs, resources, and opportunities that empower our students, support their families, serve our community. So please, seated to my right, please join me in welcoming our superintendent, Miss Erin Kane. Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Danny Windsor. Board of Education Director, Miss Valerie Thompson. Board of Education Director, Mr. Clark Callahan. And as I like to say, Executive Director of Pathways Choice Alternative Ed and my boss, Miss Nikki Ballo. Thank you again for your tireless efforts in supporting the students of Eagle Academy High School and the Douglas County School District. Thank you. I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to Mr. Tommy Palinuk in the back of the room and our DCSD communication team for live streaming this morning, ceremony for those who are unable to be with us in person. Thank you for helping us stay connected, Tommy. I would also like to express our deep gratitude to the many volunteer groups and organizations whose continued generosity provides so much to Eagle Academy, our students, our staff, and our community. Your support helps us preserve the strong sense of family that is at the heart of our school's culture and our identity. Thank you for being such an important part of what makes Eagle so special. I also would like to recognize at the back of the room our past and present SROs, Officer Larson and Officer Williams. I have had the distinct pleasure of leading this school. It's been a decade. This is my 20th commencement for Eagle today. But the true heart of our success lies in the dedication, passion, and tireless work of my incredible teachers, counselors, and support staff. It's because of them that our school is so special. Please join me in giving a heartfelt round of applause to my team. Please stand. And as I promised, I have more speakers. At this time, I would like to introduce the first of 3 graduate speakers, Miss Ashley Schumacher.
Yay. Good afternoon, families, friends, faculty, and the incredible class of 2026. As you know, I am Ashley Schumacher, and I'll be speaking with you today, and I am insanely proud to be doing that. But to be completely honest, I may not know you guys, and you may not know me, but I know you all have a story. I know behind every cap and gown in this room, there is a hidden battle. And every single one, and in every single one of our stories, there has been pain, hurt, grief, and heartbreak. We have all faced moments that have threatened to break us, moments where the weight just felt like too much to bear. And there is just one thing I can say to you all today: just never give up. It is crucial that you keep pushing forward no matter how dark or how hard it gets, because you are worth it. Look around you. You are here in this room wearing this gown, and this shows that you indeed are worth it because you made it. You all put yourselves through high school, fighting through the days when it felt like this moment would never come. That grit, that resilience, that is worth something beautiful, and you should be immensely proud of yourselves. But looking back at my time in school, it is not impossible to see how much has changed. I spent years moving from state to state, district to district, feeling entirely invisible and ignored in every school I attended. I spent most of my freshman year alone, and by August, I had dropped out for my senior year. It was only for like 2 months. It's okay, guys. Then when I first walked through the doors of Eagle, I was a straight F student, with little to no credits to my name. If you had told freshman version me that I'm standing right here speaking to you all, she would not believe you. She couldn't see the 2 years of cosmetology she would conquer. She would have never anticipated the overwhelming love, safety, and support that the people of Eagle have provided. Because of this community and because I refuse to let my past define my future, those Fs have turned into regular A's and B's on my report card today. And today I am graduating on honor roll. I stand here before I stand here before you still in absolute disbelief that I made it, let alone that I am the one speaking to you all right now. Despite everything that tried to stop me, I am here and we are here. Eagle didn't just give us a place to earn credits, it gave us a place to rewrite our stories. It provided us with our beginnings. It provided that our beginnings do not dictate our endings. Class of 2026, we stand on the bluff of the unknown. Remember the strength it took to get to this exact moment. Carry the knowledge that you can endure during the hard times, that you can turn your struggles into stepping stones, and that you are capable of achieving the unimaginable. I don't know about you guys, but I'm officially ready to turn my tassel, close this book, and enter a new chapter of my life. Thank you and congratulations to Class of 2026. Keep pushing forward.
Mr. Caleb Hansen, come on up here.
Wow, that's a lot of people. Okay. Hello, my name is Caleb Hansen. I've gone to Eagle Academy for 2 years, and originally I went to Chaparral High School. This is my grad speech. Please sit back, relax, popcorn if you got it, and please enjoy. Good afternoon, family, friends, staff, and graduates of the Eagle Academy graduation ceremony. It took a huge amount of effort to be where we are today in our caps and gowns, and we are waiting in anticipation for the next chapter of our lives. It's crazy to look back and think when we first arrived at Eagle, the treacherous journey known as high school daunting the next years of our lives. Worried about grades, figuring out what we want to do after high school, and all we could think about is how much further we had to go. But now that we're here in the end, it all seems so simple, a clear path forward. But hey, we made it. Y'all remember when the power went out and we were stuck in the dark? Wow, okay. Stuck in the dark for the rest of class, or whenever mama decides to throw on some music and bust out some wicked dance moves. Always loved that. Looking back, Eagle Academy was an honest blessing with staff and faculty who genuinely care not only about our education, but also our personal lives and struggles that we have day to day. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that all of us are going to change the world, but you can make a genuine difference in your community. Especially in this unforgiving world where it feels impossible to keep a good mental headspace, be the pillar that changes your community for the better. Smile at someone, include those who might feel alone or forgotten, help those who need it and ask for nothing in return. Graduates, I'd like to challenge you to be your peer's worst critic. Let me explain. As iron sharpens iron, we can challenge each other's ideas, thoughts, and opinions to better understand each other and grow in a mature manner. Because every now and then, a little criticism can be good. Never feel as if you can't do something because the faculty and staff at Eagle Academy has seen your growth, as have I. Each of you is special and interesting in your own way, and I'm proud of all of you. And now we can say, surely the worst is behind us, right? But in all seriousness, we should all feel like the king or queen of our world. Rightfully so. We worked hard to get here, and after all the blood, sweat, and tears over the years, we deserve today, even if it's just the moment. Okay. Now I'd like to thank the staff, faculty, and students for sticking by my side throughout my journey, although there was a lot of struggle with some things more than others, like math, but seriously, all of you made a difference in not only my education, but everyone who makes the choice to come to Eagle Academy. Eagle Academy is a family of mismatched young adults, but it works so fluidly that everyone knows everyone. The smallest change someone might make is noticed by most, like a haircut or new shoes. I'd like to shout out all the teachers and staff, but honestly, that would take me too many hours and too many cups of coffee for me to sit here and thank all of you. I want you all to know that you are all amazing people, and thank you for being the fortitude the students needed to make it through high school. Don't go feeling uncredited, because I'm sure seeing all of us walk onto this stage one by one is just as awesome and moving as it is for us. I would like to personally thank Mr. Broker for being the spearhead of the school. When I first met you, you were one of the most intimidating men I've met in my entire life. But that meeting changed everything for me. Little did I know all of the positive memories I would make at this school. Ms. Potter, you might want to cover yours. Looking back, I was a major hard ass, and I'm extremely grateful that even though I was just a moody kid who was angry with the world and very closed-minded, you made a world of difference, not only to me, but everyone you work with and everyone under your supervision. So thank you, Mr. Broker, for being the metaphorical nucleus of Eagle Academy. And I'd like to apologize to Ms. Thomas for all the times that I took time out of her day to rant about life, but that's enough me babbling on about distant memories and all the laughs we've had over the years. Anyways, grads, I have one question for you. I'm ready for the next chapter of my life. Are you? Thank you and God bless.
Caleb, you know I'm a teddy bear. Mr. Cameron Cheeks. You gave it back to me, didn't you?
Yeah.
See, never rely on an old guy. Here you go. We got you.
Alrighty.
Take care of it.
Love you too, bro. Oh, man. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Cameron. Today, as I stand before you as a member of the class of 2026, I am filled with gratitude, pride, and reflection. Reaching this moment has not been easy, but it has been worth every challenge, every lesson, and every step of the journey. My path has not always been smooth like many of us. I have faced adversity, obstacles, and moments in giving up seems easier and pushing forward. There were times when I doubted myself, times when life tested my strength, and times when I had to make difficult choices. But through it all, I refused to quit. Instead of allowing my circumstances to define me, I choose to grow from them. I made a commitment to become a better person, a stronger leader, and a positive role model for those around me. Every setback became a lesson. Every challenge became an opportunity to prove myself that I am capable of more than I ever imagined. I would not be standing here today without the support of my mother. I just want to say thank you for always having my back, even during the times when I wasn't at my best. Thank you for believing in me when I struggled. Damn, I'm sorry, y'all. Even when I struggled to believe in myself, your love, patience, encouragement, support carried me through some of the hardest times. Lost my place. Everything that I have accomplished is built upon the foundation you helped create. I also want to thank the incredible staff of Eagle. Thank you for creating a place where I could express myself, learn from my mistakes, and continue growing into the person I am today. You encouraged me to find my voice, post my goals, and never stop striving for better. At the same time, you remind me to keep my feet firmly planted on solid ground, to stay humble and remain focused on what truly matters. I know there will be obstacles ahead, but there will also be victories. I'll continue to learn, continue to lead, and continue to be a positive influence in the lives of others. Today is not the end of the chapter, it's the beginning of a new one. I'm proud to say that we made it. Am I good?
I'll take it back. I'm framing that one. I think we could just end it there, don't you? That was great. I would like to bring our attention to our graduates again and some of the accolades they're wearing as part of what we call the graduation regalia. Each cord medallion tells a story of perseverance, excellence, and meaningful involvement. You may notice cords of various colors draped across their shoulders, each representing academic achievements, leadership roles, or service commitments. Others wear medals or pins representing departmental honors. These symbols are not just decorations. They are reflections of late nights, determined efforts, and a deep commitment to both personal and academic growth. So as we celebrate today, let us take a moment to acknowledge the hard work, dedication, and resilience of every graduate seated to my left. You have not just reached the finish line, you've done it with distinction. So, I want to acknowledge their regalia. Students who are wearing a silver cord signifying the honor roll. That means that they had a GPA of 3.0 to 3.49. I would like you to stand and be recognized. You may be seated. Students wearing a gold cord signifying high honor roll, which identifies they have a GPA between 3.5 and a perfect 4.0. Please stand and be recognized. I joke about this next cord, but I do seriously mean one of the hardest ones to earn at Eagle. Those students wearing a red cord signifying perfect attendance. Please stand and be recognized. In Douglas County, part of their graduation requirements are that they have 20 hours of community service or service learning as part of their graduation packet. But we like to acknowledge kids that have gone above and beyond and have 50 or more hours. Those students will graduate with a Columbia Blue cord. Please stand and be recognized. This next cord I'm really excited about because it speaks to our district's commitment to career and technical education, which is this beautiful facility we're in today, and our continued growth in concurrent enrollment classes. Some of our students are receiving college credit for classes they're taking in high school, and I couldn't be more proud of that group. We signify this with the purple and white cord. Could you please stand and be recognized? You may be seated. These last two accolades reflect our ongoing commitment to providing opportunities and emphasizing the importance of leadership. Student leaders must develop self-confidence, a trait that reinforces other essential qualities such as humility, authenticity, self-empowerment, and assertiveness. In doing so, they become role models for others. Students wearing our green and silver cord signifying membership in our Eagle Leadership Council, please stand and be recognized. Lastly, students that wear the Eagle Medallion, a crest which signifies our most prestigious honor, which means they're taking care of every facet of being a good person, a role model, and an excellent student. Please stand and be recognized. Lastly, I'd like to recognize that some of our kids got some scholarships as well. So our Douglas County Perseverance Scholarship winner, Gael Aguilar, please stand. And we have two community scholarships. One, our Friends of Eagle, and the other would be our Highlands Ranch Rotary scholarships. It was received, both scholarships were received by the same two students. Could I have Brandon Ising and Matthew Loftus please stand up? See, that's why I got people coaching me. Thank you, Mr. Donnelly. I forgot the fine arts cord. Students wearing the purple, orange, and red cord signifying completion of a fine arts honor in art, music, or theater. Please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. Now a few parting words. I was just telling somebody today, this is my 20th commencement, and I'm running out of material, but every year I get inspired by you. And my inspiration today, hopefully you heard, in the graduation goodbye video, which we do to our kids during rehearsal. You don't see it, but the kids see it. It's part of our tradition. And my message to them was to never quit and to persevere. So the title of this graduation speech to you now is Be a Doer. To the graduating class of 2026, congratulations, you've made it. Today's a celebration of your hard work, your late nights, your growth, and yes, your survival of high school. I know many of you question whether this day would come for you, but guess what? You are here, and yes, you conquered your doubts. Again, we could not be more proud of you. You're graduating at a time when the world is loud, complicated, and full of big problems. And I know many of you feel pressure to have it all figured out. What is next for me? You may ask. What college will I attend? What career will I choose? Who am I supposed to become? What impact will I make in the world, even if the world is just our own little community? So let me start with some good news and reduce any anxiety this thought may cause you. You don't need to be perfect to make a difference. One of the most powerful pieces of advice I ever heard growing up was, ditch the dreams and be a doer. But let me clarify what I just said, because dreams do actually matter. But dreams only change things when someone actually shows up and turns thoughts into actions. Making a difference doesn't start with a flawless vision. It starts with movement. Big steps, small steps, heck, baby steps. But move. Don't let it just stop as a dream. It may be awkward. The first time, yes. But what wasn't the first time you tried anything? Life can be awkward. And don't forget that trying and failing, that's all part of the process. Failing is not a door closer. If anything, it opens doors. Be determined and keep trying. So let me be clear. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. You don't have to be fearless. You have to be willing. There's a big difference. Another myth we may need to let go of, is the idea that only the most famous, powerful, or connected people can create change. Coming to Eagle and benefiting from an environment where risk-taking, success, and failure can happen every day without fear should have taught you all this one very important thing. Showing up with commitment, consistency, and kindness proves that impact comes from being present, not from being perfect. Making a difference can look like being that person who just checks in. I hear my counselors say that all the time. Standing up when something isn't right, regardless of what others may think. Helping another person feel seen, heard, or safe. We do that really well at our school. Using your skills to serve others without expecting something in return. Those small actions repeated over time shape communities, they shape lives. They will shape your lives. Because real success isn't about what you achieve, it's about who you lift along the way. And there's something especially important for you to hear today. Your doubts do not disqualify you. Feeling unsure doesn't mean you were unprepared. Feeling nervous doesn't mean you're not capable. It means you care. Do you think I'm not nervous today? I'm always nervous. When self-doubt shows up, and it will, remember this. Confidence often comes after action, not before it. Sometimes you have to stand tall, take a step, and let your belief in yourself catch up. Redefine success on your own terms. Chase purpose, not just a paycheck. Let your curiosity, your empathy, and your unique perspective guide you. The world doesn't need more perfect people. It needs people who try, people who care, and people who act. So class of 2026, as you leave this chapter behind, I hope you remember this. Don't wait until you feel ready. Don't wait until the plan is perfect. Don't wait until someone else goes first. Be a doer. Make the difference. One action, one choice, one moment at a time. Congratulations. Aaron. Ms. Kane, I hereby attest and confirm that the students seated on the stage have successfully completed the minimum requirements set forth by the Board of Education for Douglas County School District and are deserving of that recognition by the presentation of a high school diploma.
Mr. Broker, it is my great honor and privilege on behalf of the Douglas County School District and the Douglas County Board of Education to accept the graduating class of Eagle of 2026. Congratulations, everyone.
We're going to hand out some diplomas. For the last time, Mr. Joel Johnston.
It is my distinct pleasure and honor to present the June 2026 graduating class of Eagle Academy. Gael Aguilar.
I'm going to be honest with you all, I was thinking hard about this, so I'm going to do it both ways. I just want to say thank you to my mom and my sisters and my dad for keeping me going, even if times were tough. And then for my fellow Spanish speakers out there, muchas gracias, mi familia, me quiero mucho con todo mi corazón.
Ariana Jaylene Alke Mendiola.
I want to say thank you to my family and everyone who supported me. There was a lot of people who didn't believe in me to graduate, so I just want to say thank you.
AJ Beal.
I'd like to thank my mom and dad. They were always there to support me.
Kaylee Brungart.
I want to say thanks to my family and all my friends and my girlfriend for helping me through this hard time, and I'm proud of us for all making it.
Cameron Johnson.
I just want to give a big shout out to all my friends and family over here and back here all around. Big shout out to the staff, especially Miss Thomas, Miss Papandrea, Miss Mans, Mr. Broker. I've been through a lot of stuff with them, so I want to give you guys a big thank you.
Aiden Cummins.
I would just like to thank my family and the Eagle Academy faculty for supporting me throughout all of this.
Brandon Ising.
I want to thank Dr. Rose for being the best teacher I've ever had, and go Mets.
Rudy Gonzalez Payan.
First, I want to thank God and my family, and especially my older sister, for being like a mom to me. So thank you.
Caleb Hansen.
Still a lot of people. I don't know where to start. Big shout out to my family and friends who made it today. My Grammy and Uncle Tyler who flew in from Cali. Happy to see y'all. Fellow graduates, we made it. Let's go. Miss Papandrea, shouting you out even though you told me not to. I love you, best teacher. And Christ is King.
Thomas Harrison.
I just want to thank my family, all my friends, and I want to thank my mom. I love you, Mom.
Maximus Hungerford.
I would like to give a powerful thank you to my mom and grandma. They're the ones who enabled me to become who I am today, along with those at Eagle. Thank you very much.
Kendra Johnson.
I just want to come up here and thank my mama. She's the only reason why I'm here today. Thank you, mama.
Xander Cook.
I just want to thank my mom. She's the only reason I'm here today, and it's really just that. Thank you, Mom.
Marvin LeBaron.
I'm not a big speaker like this. There's a lot of people, but yeah, thank you to the two blessings in my life. My mom and my beautiful girlfriend, Zaida. Yeah, that's my senior quote. I love her a lot. Thank you to all my boys. All y'all up front, all y'all in the back, you know who you are. Yeah, I'm gonna get off the stage, I'm sweating. Thank you, guys.
Matthew Loftus.
First and foremost, I just want to say thank you to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I wouldn't be here without him. I want to say thank you to my mom and my dad. I don't say it enough, but I love you guys. And I want to say thank you to all the teachers who, you know, filled my life with so much joy here and gave me hope for everything that's coming next. Thank you, Julian, Fly High, and Lobes Up, God bless.
Clark Marshall.
Hey guys. It's been a wild ride, you know. I bet my teachers are sad to see me go, but a part of them is a little happy. But you know what they say, after the hardest climbs come the most beautiful peaks. And I have one more thing. Thank you.
Jade Moore.
really want to say thank you to my friends and family, especially my mom, for never giving up on me, even when things got hard. And thank you to the teachers, especially Mama and Miss Simpson. You guys really are the reason I stay at that school. Thank you guys.
Stevie Rydal Kim.
I want to thank everyone I've ever come across. You all changed me somehow. Tack till min familj. Jag älskar alla er. Och kamsahamnida.
Lucas Sabino.
Hi everyone, my name is Lucas. First off, I'd like to shout out my mom and my dad. You know, they were just always there for me whenever I needed some support. And if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't have graduated high school. Also, make sure to follow my Instagram account, Lucas Talks Family Guy.
Evan Samaro.
I would just like to say thank you to everybody. Thank you.
Ashley Schumacher.
I want to thank my friends and family for the support, but more specifically my dad for paying for my 2 years of cosmetology.
Marissa Singer.
Thank you to my mom, my dad, and my boyfriend for showing me Eagle.
Ethan Smith.
Y'all doing? It's kind of hot in here, huh? Like the big shouts out to all my boys, shouts out to my mom, and shouts out to all these teachers right here. Thank you, everybody.
Mark Sullivan.
First, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Secondly, I'd like to thank all my friends and family. A special thank you to Miss Papandrea, who carried me through math, and Cam Cheeks, who helped me get through math. I complained a lot, but I got through it. Thank you, guys.
Allie Thompson.
I would like to thank my family and my best friend Jenna, who kind of got me through this entire school year. So.
David Tateka.
I would like to thank my my family, but more specifically my little sister, who would allow me to take her to the mall every minor inconvenience I had. Yeah, I don't have much else.
Alexis Vela.
I want to thank my mom and my family for flying out here to watch me graduate.
I would like to give one more standing round of applause for our graduates. Please welcome Miss Kaylee Brungart up here for the turning of the tassels.
Hi, class of 2026. I'm so proud of you guys for making it. Now you can please turn your tassels from the right side to the left. Congratulations!
Part of our tradition is to have one of our staff members do what we call the congratulations. Mr. Stephen Donnelly.
Good afternoon, everybody. All right. I'd like to extend greetings to parents, our families, our friends, faculty, staff, our honored guests, and of course to my beautiful graduates. First of all, let's just give a heartfelt congratulations to you guys. Amazing stuff. Yes. We have all gathered here today to honor and celebrate your great achievement as brand new recipients of your very own Douglas County, Colorado high school diploma. We are so proud of y'all. I'd like to say personally that this graduation also marks the conclusion of my second year teaching at Eagle. I moved up here all the way from New Orleans for this amazing teaching opportunity. I will remember these first 2 years warmly for the rest of my life, and that has everything to do with y'all. So thank you. Working together in the art studio and bearing witness to the growth in your creative capacities has been my honor and privilege. It is my enduring hope that this shared learning experience has revealed to you just how important it is to allow yourself the space to explore and play out your emerging creative capacities. Remember, what you communicate in this way has the power to explore and reveal layers of your uniquely human experience and connect you meaningfully with the world and the people that surround you. It is this particular kind of space that I want to take a few moments today to consider together and reflect upon with you. This will be about you preserving an open, creative space for what truly matters, real connections. This space can be as simple as the white space on a page before you make your first mark. Continue imagining this uninterrupted creative space as your place for self-discovery and the invention of authentic connection and meaning itself. I have witnessed through you the emergence of some extraordinarily meaningful insights within your individual visual expressions, revealing layers of human experience, inquiry, and vision that has honestly astonished me. Be it Rudy's figure, quietly poised atop a high building, looking down upon the illuminated skyline of a waiting metropolis, I see here the infinite possibilities that lie in store for this young man. Or Max's bird, fresh to flight, with a now empty nest left in his departed tree behind, a moment exemplifying both risk and great courage. Jade's praying mantis, dancing alight in the act of the hunt, the sublime embrace of one's own nature. Or Ethan's barbed wire crowned security fence, effortlessly surmounted by a distant flock of birds high aloft in a darkening sky. A spirit of freedom and self-determination exercised despite all attempts at obstruction or threat. And a dream image, Alexis's mighty tree, fruiting televisions among its leaves. A parable of sorts, a reminder to look beyond our techno-harvest of myriad screens to touch a network of connected living branches, finding the ancient and common root of all things. These are just a sample of the profoundly human communications that these students have conjured in images throughout our time together at Eagle Academy. And the fundamental thing that these distinct visions all share is that each of them began with a blank page, what experienced artists and designers refer to rather cryptically as negative space. The confusion here for the beginner, of course, is that the word negative implies something bad or absent rather than the reality. The blank page is an active and potent probability field of all creative possibilities. Graduation addresses always invite the inspirational metaphor, of course, and many of you will have heard the one about turning the page as a way to visualize this moment and what it will represent in the course of your life. In this, my version of the metaphor, the blank page that presents itself to you now, as you cross this threshold, will not be a place where your story is to be hastily scribbled. Conceptualize this instead as your own personal probability field of endless creative possibility. The universe will unfurl this page before you ceaselessly. It is wide open, And on it, you will have all the room you will ever need to breathe, to relax, to play, to work, to love, and to contemplate and share all that a life meaningfully lived has to teach you. I want to share with you today my great excitement for all your illuminations to come as you make this new, great, and open page your own. I'm so glad that you are here for this. Take the very best care of yourselves and of each other. You all deserve it. I love you. And congratulations.
We have one last graduate speaker with our closing remarks. Mr. Gael Aguilar.
As the ceremony reaches its end, remember that you are loved and that there will always be people there to support you. One of the greatest lessons my high school journey taught me is to never go into the unknown alone, so always seek help whenever you need it. Family and friends, thank you for never giving up on our dream, even if times were tough. Your support is what gives us motivation to continue each and every day, and it took me facing truancy to figure that out. To our wonderful Eagle teachers, thank you for building a safe environment and giving us knowledge every day. Thank you for listening to us and being people we could talk to. Thank you for making me emotional, for saying thank you. It means you did something right, especially to you, Jensen. I had to do it. Class of 2026, who knows what adventures lie ahead of us? But no, we are the future, and that future starts now. We have climbed a great mountain of high school and have claimed the summit. Now it's time to climb the mountain of life, and boy, that's a tall mountain, let me tell you that. Thank you, Eagle Academy, for changing our lives, and always remember, always an Eagle, forever and ever. Thank you so much.
I just want to thank our parents, families, for making a profound difference in our graduates' lives. Thank you for being here to celebrate. I hope you leave here feeling much better than when you came in, because these kids inspire us every day. Class of 2026, you're dismissed.
Tonight, I'm gonna have myself